Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. I'm Minx Laura 123, and this is going to be a bookish themed video. So hello to all my fellow bookworm buddies out there. So in this video, I'm going to be doing my March reading wrap up. So telling you about the books that I read in the month of March, telling you a little bit about them, telling you if I enjoyed them or not, and of course giving you my ratings that I give them on Goodreads. Also a bit of a book haul. I have some new books to show you. So yeah, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy watching. If you do, please click like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Also, don't forget to smash the notification bell to all notifications. Then you can see when I'm doing live streams and also when I've uploaded new videos. So the glasses are going on. Please let me know in the comment section down below what books you read in the month of March. What was your favourite? What was your least favourite? And also if there's any new books coming out that you're like really excited about. I love reading your comments. Okie dokie, so I've got my other phone here. I'm just going to be kind of looking at my Goodreads and stuff. So let's do the March reading wrap up first, and then we'll do the book haul. So first of all, the first book I read in the month of March was Chain of Thorns by the one, the only Cassandra Clare. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Mortal Instruments Shadowhunter series. Like, I love the whole world. I love the magic, the fantasy, the romance, the drama. Just, I love all the characters. I'm so invested. Like, I have read this series for so many years now. Like, it's literally every time I get into another book, it's like being around family members again. Like, I just love the characters so much. I don't want to say too much about the story or anything because obviously it is part of a series and you know, I don't want to give any spoilers, but all I will say, if you've not read this series, please do. It's amazing. It's blooming amazing. I loved having James and Cordelia back, and there was just, I did find with this one, there was just so much going on from the beginning. Sometimes with the newer Mortal Instruments books or Shadowhunter books, I find that it all kind of happens middle to end, but with this one, it was from the get-go, everything started happening, which I really loved. But yeah, really enjoyed it, and of course, I gave it 5 stars. It was fantastic. Oh. So next book I read was a book I picked up from the library, and it's called This Book Kills by Ravina Guron. I would definitely read this author again. I absolutely loved this book so much. In actual fact, I had a really good reading month. Like, I read so many good books, like lots of 5 stars, 4 stars. And it was just great, you know, there's nothing better than, you know, picking up a book and loving it, then picking up the next book and loving it, and so on. Like, it's just great. So yeah, this is a YA thriller. And basically it's set in a kind of private elite boarding school, and I love the main character, by the way. She was amazing. But yeah, she writes a short story. In the short story, she describes one of her fellow classmates who she doesn't really get on with being murdered, and then in real life it actually happens. He's not only murdered, but he's murdered in the same way that she has wrote it in her story. And then she starts getting these like anonymous texts and notes and things saying, you know, thank you for the inspiration and all that. And she obviously starts fearing for her life because she's worried that, you know, this, whoever this is going to come after her and kill her too. It was honestly, obviously it's a dark thriller, but there's also some like fun humor in it as well. Like, it was really clever. Lots of twists and turns as well. Absolutely brilliant. And I of course gave it a 5 stars. Hold on. A 5 stars. There we go. You can see my rating. Really good. Loved it. Next book, also a library book. By the way, I do love buying books, new books or secondhand books, but I do love using my local library as well. So it's all good. This was The Black Queen by Jamata Emil. Yeah, really enjoyed this one as well. Loved it. So this one not only dealt with murder, it's a YA thriller, but it's also dealing with racism as well, and friendship, family, etc. And it's all about this main character called Nova Albright, and she was the first ever black homecoming queen. And on the night of the coronation, her body was found dead in this cemetery, where she'd been working at the cemetery, to like a slave cemetery, to kind of make it nice and, you know, rehabilitate the cemetery and stuff. And yeah, she's basically found, and then it's, you know, who did the murder, why did the murder happen, obviously the secrets behind who did the murder, and also secrets within like the community and the families. And there's just a lot going on in this book, but it's so good. And I also really like the dynamics between, I'm trying to look for her name, basically the girl who got murdered. So it's Nova, her best friend, and a girl that neither of them, Nova or this best friend, got on with. But they kind of team up to like find out who the murderer is and stuff. So yeah, it was a really weird dynamic because these girls hated each other at first and then ended up working together to try and like solve the crime. But yeah, it was really, really good. I loved it. It's really, really clever, interesting, and yeah, quite emotional at times as well. And of course, I gave it a 5 stars. Okie dokie. So the next book I read, another one that I loved, The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels by Janice Hallett. So this is told in a kind of mixed media format, which I'm really getting into books like that now. Like back in the day, I did struggle with them a bit. Because I miss kind of having, like in books, like conversations between characters. And when things are told in that mixed media format, like emails and text messaging, I don't know, it was a bit weird for me. But the more I've read them, I quite enjoy books like that, actually. And it makes it feel more like real in a way, more alive when you're reading someone's text messages and their emails. Like, it's just really clever. Anyhow, but this one, really, really enjoyed this. That really got me. Like, I was, you know, thinking about it all the time. As soon as I put the book down, I just want to pick it back up again because it was just so interesting and so gripping. I loved it. So it says, open the safe deposit box. Inside you'll find research material for a true crime book. You must read the documents and then make a decision. Will you destroy them or will you take them to the police? Which I actually got to the end of the book and I was thinking, And then I made my choice, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to give any spoilers. But yeah, it was really cool. Everyone knows the story of the Alperton Angels, the cult-like group who were convinced one of their members' babies was the Antichrist, and they had a divine mission to kill it, until the baby's mother, Holly, came to her senses and called the police. The Angels committed suicide rather than go to prison, and Holly and the baby disappeared into the care system. Nearly 2 decades later, true crime author Amanda Bailey is writing a book on the Angels. The Alperton baby has turned 18 and can finally be interviewed. If Amanda can find them, it will be the true crime scoop of the year and will save her flagging career. But rival author Oliver Menzies, is just as smart, better connected, and is also on the baby's trail. As Amanda and Oliver are forced to collaborate, they realise that what everyone thinks they know about the Angels is wrong, and the truth is something much darker and stranger than they ever imagined. This story is far from over and it won't have a happy ending. Honestly, it was so good. I was so invested in this. I love this book. And when it ended, I was really sad. I mean, I was happy because I got to know what happened, but I was still like, oh, it's over, because I was so into it. But yeah, 5 stars, of course, for the Alperton Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels. Next book, I also really loved, The Book Eaters by Sunny Dean. This one had been on my radar for ages. Like, I really wanted to read this. I got it a few months ago and it was just sitting on my bookcase waiting to be read. And I thought, you know what, I need to read it. I need to get to it. So I'm so happy I did read it because it was brilliant. It was so good. I loved it. It was a bit out there. I mean, like, the premise of the story is so weird. And when you first start reading it, it's like, what? But once you get into it, everything weird just feels normal. Like, anyway, so let me explain to you. So it says, on the Yorkshire moors lives a secret line of people for whom books are food. Yeah, they eat books. It's weird. Who retain all of a book's content after eating it. To them, spy novels are a peppery snack. Romance novels are sweet and delicious. Eating a map can help them remember destinations. And children, when they misbehave, are forced to eat dry, musty pages from dictionaries. Devon is part of the family, an old reclusive clan of book eaters. Her brothers grow up feasting on stories of adventure, and Devon, like all other book eater women, is raised on a carefully curated diet of fairy tales and cautionary stories. But real life doesn't always come with happy endings, and as Devon learns when her son is born, with a rare and dark kind of hunger, not for books but for human minds. Honestly, as I say, it's a bit out there, so go in knowing it's a bit weird and it's a bit out there, but once you're into the world and like, it just becomes normal that they're eating books. And yeah, it's really good. And I love the main character. I just loved it. It was so good. And of course, I gave it a 5 stars. 5 stars for that as well. Next book, I also loved The Ugly Truth by the lovely Elsie North. And another book that I'd really wanted to read. I kept seeing it online and I was like, oh, this sounds so good. So yeah, I went and got it from Waterstones and I was so happy that I got it because it was brilliant. I read this book in just over a day. Like, I just couldn't put it down. Like, it's so addictive. So yeah, it says Melanie Lange, I think it's Lange or Lange. Anyway, I'm going to call her Lange. Just, why not? Melanie Lange has disappeared. Her father, Sir Peter Lange, says she is a danger to herself and has been admitted to a private mental health clinic. Her ex-husband Finn and best friend Nell say that she has been kidnapped. The media will say whichever gets them the most views, but whose side are you on? Hashtag save Melanie or hashtag help Peter? The Ugly Truth is a shocking and addictive thriller about celebrity culture, control and truth behind the headlines. Honestly, like, seeing people's ratings as well, most people have given this a 5 and a 4, which is great, and it just deserved it. It's so good. Of course I give it a 5 stars. And yeah, it does make you think of, you know, what the media are like, what social media is like. There was a lot going on in this book that really makes you think about stuff like that, and I just loved it. It was so clever. And literally throughout the book I was like, am I team Peter, am I team Ella? I didn't know. I kept changing my mind. And then when I got to the very end, I was like so tearful. Honestly, I cried like a baby. So it was very, very emotional, thought-provoking, exciting, brilliantly wrote. And just, yeah, I really, really loved it. And of course, yeah, 5 stars rating for that. Okay, so now we get to the point where I don't say I liked the book, because I really hated this book. I give it 1 star. Oh my. And I was on such a good run as well, and then I got to this one, it was like, oh god, this is terrible. So this is Gothicana by RunYX. Is that how you say it? RunYX? I don't know. We had a really boring cover in the UK. The American cover was by far better, but I don't know. This book was so hyped up. It's one of those like book talk sensations, dark academia. Everyone raves about it. You know, everyone's like, oh my God, this is the book of the year. And I'll be honest, I got kind of swept away in the excitement of it, that rush of adrenaline that people had, this hype for it. So I ordered it and it turned up. And I'll be honest, like the first few chapters, I was actually quite enjoying. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this. And then I don't know what happened. I just hated it. It just went... to me, like, I'm not a prude or anything, but it just felt like a smutty porno. I don't know, like, I didn't like the way that the main character, the man character, kind of spoke and acted towards the female character. So it's basically set in this this school sort of out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like a paranormal romance kind of vibe. But he's a teacher and, you know, she's the student. There's a you know, romance there. Well, I say romance, it's more like a ooh la la kind of thing. And I don't know, it's just the wording, it made me cringe, it made me uncomfortable. And I couldn't go through with it. I was like, I'm really not enjoying this book. And also there was this kind of mystery going along in the book that kind of got forgotten about. So I was like, well, what happened with this and what happened in that? It just focused on this kind of sexualness all the time. Which, you know, if you're into your smutty books and stuff, like, it's all good, but like, it's just not for me. I just really didn't like it. So I did DNF it and just give it 1 star. And I read through a lot of other people's comments as well, and people, like, you either get the people who are giving it 5 stars saying how amazing it was, or you get people like me who's just like, oh my god, what is this, you know? So sadly for me it didn't work, but yeah. Next book, however, I did enjoy, and that was The London Seance Society by Sarah Penner. I absolutely loved The Lost Apothecary. I said it right? Apothecary. Yeah. I loved it so much. And I was really excited about this one. I'm so into like my spirituality and seances and talking to the dead. Like, it just fascinates me. So I was really hyped up about this one. And I was really worried that I wouldn't like it. I kept thinking, you know, when you're so hyped up about a book, it's not going to... But this one worked. This one was so well wrote. It's actually better than I thought it would be. It says here, from the author of the sensational bestseller, The Lost Apothecary, comes a spellbinding tale between 2 daring women who hunt for truth and justice in the art of conjuring the dead. So it's set in 1873, an abandoned chateau on the outskirts of Paris. I don't want to kind of tell you too much about it because I just want you to read it and enjoy it. But there's a seance and there is a bit of LGBTQI rep in it as well, which I didn't have a clue until like through the book. I was like, is there something going on? And there was. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I didn't expect it to be that. But there's just so much going on. They kind of get involved with this, you know, London's Science Society where only men are allowed, and then there's people have been murdered, and the main medium, she kind of talks to people, like the spirits of people have been murdered, to try and find out what happens to them. But then they kind of end up kind of in this thing as well. There's a lot going on, but it's like a kind of whodunit with a spooky talking to the dead kind of vibe. But I absolutely loved it, and some of it's set in France, some of it's set in England, and I really enjoyed it. And you know, it's not full on romance, but there is a little bit of romance, which it just worked. It just kind of flowed nicely. So yeah, really loved it and gave it a 5 stars. Really good. Next book I read was a spooky one. I was really in the mood for some horror and spooky stuff. The Toll House by Carly Regan. I love the cover of this with that big candle on it. Really was creepy. So this one, I didn't really know much about. Like, I'd not seen this book online, like on Bookstagram or BookTube or anything. I just literally went into Waterstones, saw this cover with this creepy cover, and I was like, oh, that looks good. So it says, the past isn't always dead and buried. A house with history. That's how the estate agent described the old toll house on the edge of the town. For Kelda, it's the perfect rural home for a young son, Dylan, after a difficult few years. But when Kelda finds a death mask concealed behind one of the walls, everything changes. Inexplicable, can't say that word either, sorry, things happen in the house. Kelda cannot shake the feeling of being watched, and Dylan is plagued by nightmares. Convinced he can see figures in his room, as Dylan's behaviour becomes increasingly challenging, Kelda seeks answers in the house's mysterious past. But she's running out of time because something has awoken, and now it won't rest. So I absolutely blooming love this book. I give it a 5 stars, and it was so creepy. I mean, I'll be honest, there were some parts that were very predictable. It's very, if you've read a lot of ghosty kind of stories, like it had your classical kind of ghost tropes, but it just worked, you know. And I like the whole, you know, finding this death mask and the little boy seeing things, the mum not believing him, and then she sees things, and it was just really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great. You know, it would have been perfect to read like Halloween, honestly, if you're looking for a spooky read. But yeah, 5 stars for the Toll House. Then I read Boy Like Me by Simon James Green. I actually really love this book, and I was worried that I wouldn't, because I'm not gonna lie, I have read some other Simon James Green books, and I'm kind of like, oh, they were okay. And I saw about this book and I was like, this sounds really interesting, but I've never really gelled with his writing that much. But I have to say, this book blew me away. It was so good, and I really recommend it to everyone, and it was just amazing. So yeah, this is a book I'd got out from the library, and it was also set in the 90s, which was pretty cool because there's lots of like 90s references and things, which I loved. So it's 1994, and thanks to Section 28, there can be no mention of gay relationships in schools. When a school librarian leads Jamie to a disguised novel in the library that reflects his own confused feelings towards boys, he notices that he's not the only one who has checked the book out. In the margins of the pages, he and another student start to leave messages for each other, and Jamie starts to believe that he's not alone. Maybe also has a shot at finding love. That is, until the secret novel is discovered by the head teacher and all hell breaks loose. This book, obviously, you know, it's dealing with a serious subject, but it's also quite funny at times. There were things that, you know, that were said and that were done that literally made me laugh out loud. But you know, the whole gist of the story, and, you know, finding about, you know, about yourself and your sexuality and stuff, and then having people say it's wrong, and then you trying to say, well, look, this is me and it's right. And there was a lot to this book, and it just worked on every level. And I can honestly say I would definitely read more of this author in the future, because I love this book. It was so amazing. It was beautiful. The characters are great as well. So yeah, definitely 5 stars for A Boy Like Me. Next book I didn't like. It was so bad I had to DNF it, and it's Old Country, and that is by Matt Query and Harrison Query, who I assume are brothers, or I don't know. But yeah, I love the cover. I saw this on, I can't remember who it was. I follow a lot of people on that, but like, it was on Bookstagram, and someone had put, oh my God, this book is so scary. I had to sleep with the light on for days. And I was like, oh, as I say, I was really into my horror books at the moment. I don't know why, but I am. But I thought it sounded really cool. I got it, where did I get it? From Waterstones. And oh, it was so bad. It's basically like these, who are they called? Hold on. It's this couple, Sasha and Harry. And first of all, the characters are so flat. Like, there's no, for me anyway, I thought they were so flat. There was no personality to them. It literally, each chapter was, you know, point of view of one or the other. But if it didn't have the name of the person at the beginning of the chapter, they literally read like one person. They just moved into this kind of rural house on this like farm, and it was just really weird. The neighbours tell them when they first move in that there's this like spirit there that comes out different seasons. It manifests as a different spirit. For example, one time this is so weird. One time it will be a naked man who is chased by a bear, and you have to shoot the man every time you see him because obviously he's not real, he's a ghost. Then what's the other one? There's a light that appears in the pond, and it's just really weird. It was really weird, and I thought I'd give it a go. I really did try with it, but I just, it was not scary. It was boring. The characters were flat, and I just wasn't feeling it, so I did DNF it. But the only thing I will say, I love the cover. The cover of the book I thought was really creepy and stuff, but apart from that, it's really dreadful. I give it a 2-star, which is quite generous actually. I don't know why I give it 2. It should have been a 1. Maybe I'll give it an extra point because I like the cover. But there we go. And the last book I think I have here, yes. So this is the book I literally just finished, and this is How You Fall in Love by Annika Hussein, and I really enjoyed this book. I give it a 4 stars just because a couple of things. One is the ending. I wasn't happy with the ending. I don't like books that end with the, you know, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? You make your own choice. I know people like that, but for me, I don't. I just want to know what happened. I don't want to be thinking, oh, did they ever do this? Did this ever happen? That's just personal preference. And also there's a little bit too much insta love. You know, they fell in love with like meeting each other for 10 minutes. I think they played like Pokemon Go for like 10 minutes, and then the next time they're like, oh my God, I'm so in love with you. And it was like, okay. But to be fair, this is a YA book. I'm not the market audience, you know, I'm an old 43-year-old woman. So like, you know, I get it. But overall, apart from them silly little things that I'm nitpicking on, I did enjoy it. I did like the characters. There were some twists in it that I didn't see coming, which was good. You don't really get twists with a romance. The fact that there was some twists, I liked. And one of the characters that I didn't like at all, who's this one here, at the end you do find out why she's the way she is. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So I did like it. It's lots of like fake dating going on, dealing with like pressure from your family and friends to be with someone who's supposed to be, you know, perfect for you, but then liking someone else. And there's like, and I really enjoyed in the book as well that there was, you know, when they do this, like the text, you see people's like text conversations. I really like that now. But yeah, overall, I really liked it, and I'm just being picky, but 4 stars, or maybe 4.5. There you go, I'll be extra generous. So they were all the books that I read in the month of March. It was really difficult to pick a favourite, because normally my favourite book of the month is one that I've given 5 stars to. But as you can see, I've given a few 5 stars. So I'm like, But I think I'm going to go with Janice Hallett's The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels, because I was just so invested in it. I couldn't put it down. I absolutely loved it. I was thinking about it. Even after the book, I was thinking about it. I was talking to people about it. I was just, you know, really into it. So Janice Hallett's The Mysterious Case of the Alperton Angels was my book of the month for March. Okie dokie. Right. So let me quickly do this book haul. Now I've got a little mixture here of books to show you. I've been sent some books from publishers like Proof Arc copies. So thank you to you lovely people who have sent me these. And also I won a giveaway. I won a giveaway on Twitter, which I'm going to show you now, that book. So big thank you to the very lovely author Dan Malakin. And this is the book that I won. So I always go on Twitter and look for book giveaways, you know, I can't help it. I love a giveaway. You've got to be in it to win it, right? And I saw this on giveaway. So basically you get the book, but you also got a Waterstones voucher worth 10 quid, like results. I was like, okay, I'll enter. Probably not going to win. But I actually won. I was like, oh. So, yeah, I was out shopping and I'd been tagged in this tweet at Minxer123, you're the winner. And I was like, huh? So, yeah, I was really shocked. I was really happy. I was really excited. But, yeah, I got the £10 voucher, which I have put on my Waterstones account. So it's sitting there waiting for when I want to buy another book. I'll have £10. So, mwah. Yay, thank you. But yeah, Dan not only sent me the book and the voucher, but he's also signed it, which is so sweet. I love that. It just makes it really like personal, you know. So it says, "Dear Laura, happy reading." And I just love that. I don't know, it's really personal. It's sweet. So this is the box. And honestly, the reason why I entered this giveaway as well, because I thought the book sounded so good and so like exciting and interesting. So it says, to save your daughter, you must look inside the box. And can I just say, this cover is really cool. I just really love this cover. It's really like atmospheric. I don't know, it's a really cool cover. So let me tell you what it's about. Oh, it's a picture of him there. There we go. Hey, Dan the man. Okay. This is what you know. A far-right terror group has abducted your daughter, Ali, and framed you for a murder that you didn't commit. She has been held in the box, their top-secret re-education facility. Location unknown. You've been approached by a stranger, claiming to be Ali's friend, who says they can take you to her. This is what you don't know. Whether you can trust this stranger, whether you can trust the police, and just how far you'll go to bring Ali home alive. There's only one way to find out. Ooh, that does sound super exciting. Like, seriously. Oh, this is going to be good. Very, very good. Very different as well. Very unique. I like the sound of it. There's some really good quotes on here as well. It says, never lets up, nightmarish and intense, hard-hitting and thrilling. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Dark and gritty, pacey and original. I'm excited for this. And thank you once again. I'm so happy. I won a giveaway. Woo! All right, so where should we go next? Right, I'll show you a book that I actually purchased, which this is actually going to be my next book because I've been so excited to read this for literally weeks and weeks and weeks. And it finally come out. I got it. By the way, this is not broken or ripped at the top. That is the design. When I picked it up, I was like, oh my God, the cover's all broke. But then I realised it's part of the design and I felt stupid. So this is The Secrets of Heartwood Hall by Katie Lumsden. I follow her on Twitter as well. I sent a picture of me like with the book going, I'm so excited, I got it. And she said that, you know, she hopes I enjoy it and stuff. Just seeing what's under the dust jacket. Oh, this is pretty. Hold on, let me show you this. Look at that, all the flowers and stuff. Oh, so yeah, I can't wait to read this. This is very exciting. It says The Secrets of Heartwood Hall is a chilling gothic mystery, authentic and atmospheric, a love letter to Victorian fiction. So it says it's 1852 and Margaret Lennox, a young widow, is offered a position as a governess at Heartwood Hall. She quickly accepts, hoping this isolated country house will allow her to leave her past behind. Cut off from the village, Margaret soon starts to feel that there's something odd about her new home. Despite her growing fondness for her bright, affectionate pupil, Lewis, there are strange figures in the dark, tensions between servants and an abandoned east wing. More troubling is the local gossip surrounding Mrs. Eversham, Lewis's widowed mother, who is deeply distrusted in the village. Margaret finds distraction in a forbidden relationship with the gardener Paul, but despite his efforts to reassure her, she's certain that everyone at Heartwood Hall has something to hide. As Margaret's own past threatens to catch up with her, she must learn to trust her instincts before it's too late. I love this kind of gothic vibe, and it does sound a bit spooky with the whole kind of, you know, strange figures in the dark and stuff. And oh yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, that is going to be my next book. My current book, which is also a new book, is this one here. It's The Collector by K.R. Alexander. Now, I was in a, it's like a charity bookshop with a cafe, like a book cafe / secondhand books, right? And I saw this and I was like, oh my God, this cover is amazing. What is it with me? I'm really into my horror at the moment and spooky kind of stuff. But yeah, this, I mean, I love dolls, but even I have to admit that doll is a little bit scary. So it says, Oh, sorry, yeah, it's called The Collector. Can't remember if I just said that anyway. Josie recently moved in with her grandmother, who has some strange rules. Never leave your window open after dark, no dolls in the house, and never ever go by the house in the woods. When new friend Vanessa invites Josie to hang out, Josie doesn't question it, not even when Vanessa takes her into the woods towards the very house that her grandmother has warned her about. So it is a middle grade / YA, but I tell you what, it's creepy as hell. Like, it's actually creeping me out more than that Old Country one did, and that's an adult horror, so go figure. I don't know, but oh my god, it's creepy. I'm currently on page 112. I've only got that much left, which I'm definitely going to get done today, but I'm really enjoying it for £1 as well. So all these books that I'm going to show you now, I've got for £1. So I've got Promtastic, which is from like 2015, I think it was. Yeah, 2015. Oh my, but it just, I don't know, I really like the cover. It's just, I don't know, it's really cool. I like the fact there's a sticker on the front here that says win a limo trip exclusive to Asda. That's probably gone now. That contest is probably gone. It says plus plan your own perfect prom and more inside. Oh, but yeah, we didn't have a prom at my school. I know they do a lot of proms now here in the UK, but like when I was younger, they didn't do the prom thing. We had like the school disco, which was awful. But it says 5 girls, 1 prom. It's the night they've all been waiting for. Alex, Lee, Charlotte, Grace and Kristen. They've chosen perfect dresses. They have perfect dates, but these girls are about to learn that prom and life don't always go quite as planned. I think this is going to have like a murder in it. From the first like little few pages I read about it, it said something about a murder, and I was like, oh my. So maybe like a little bit of a thriller, maybe not, I don't know. But I was drawn to it. I liked it. Next book I have to show you, also £1. These little ones here are all from the same shop and all £1. So this is Birthday by Meredith Russo, and it says a love story 18 years in the making. Loving the sprayed edges, LGBTQI plus rainbow theme there. But yeah, I've seen this book around for a long time. I've never got it, so I was like, why have I never got it? Because it sounds my cup of tea. Only £1, I picked it up. So yeah, this is a romance. It says meet Eric and Morgan, born on the same day at the same time in the same place, and it says told on one day every year over 6 years. This is a story about how change pulls people apart and how love brings them back together, which I just think sounds really cute. And yeah, I love this. I might keep this for like Pride Month or something, maybe. You know, when they do the Pride thing, I like to read lots of like LGBTQI plus books and stuff, so I might keep that for then, if I can wait that long. I don't know, because it sounds cute. Okay, so another book is this one here. This is Shiver by Ali Reynolds, and I really love the cover. I am a bit of a cover boy kind of girl. Look at the snow, that little cabin there. So this looks like it's a kind of thriller, murdery crime thing. They were all there, so which one of them did it? You've got Saskia, Curtis, Miller, Dow, Heather and Brent. They were all there that winter, but someone will go to any lengths to protect the truth. Who is guilty? Who is innocent? The secrets of the past are about to come out. I've read so many books like this in this same kind of situation, but I don't care. I love them. I really love books like this, especially when they're set in like the snow and like in a remote place, and you know who's the baddie, and oh, I just love it. I love it, and all these kind of secrets from the past. And yeah, it says instead of rising up the mountain, it's like we were travelling back in time, and I don't know if I'm ready to face the past. Too late. Yeah, I think this is great. Awesome. Okay, another book is a little bit out of my comfort zone, if I'm honest, but I might try it. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. But I thought I'd, well, give it a go maybe. This is 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes, and the reason I'm not sure is because it's very kind of Greek mythology vibes, and I'm not really into my Greek mythology, but the book was so pretty. And it was £1, and I was like, But I'm going to go, give it a little go. And if it's not for me, then it's not for me. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really into my Greek mythology and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, right. A couple more to show you here. I'll do it quickly, because I don't want this video going on for like an hour. This one is by Leslie Penelope, and it's called The Monsters We Defy. Now, this book I picked up from Waterstones in the week because I saw it. I really can't remember her name, but it was this girl that I was watching. She was doing like a ASMR book haul video. By the way, talking of ASMR, please come and check out my other channel, which is an ASMR channel, Minxlaura123 ASMR. And basically, if you don't know what ASMR is, it's videos to help people relax, chill, sleep. So like kind of calming sounds and visuals and stuff. Videos, I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, anyway, this girl was in an ASMR book haul, and she was like whispering and tapping on the books, talking about the books. And when she spoke about this one, I was like, wow, I've never heard of it, and I just wanted to read it. It sounded perfect for me. So yeah, the Monsters We Defy, and this cover is so pretty as well. There's a lot of magic in it, and hold on, it says Clara Johnson can talk to spirits, a gift that saved her during her darkest moments, but now a curse that's left her indebted to the cunning spirit world. So when a powerful spirit offers an opportunity to gain her freedom, Clara seizes the chance, no questions asked. The task is to steal a magical ring from the wealthiest woman in the district. Clara can't accomplish this daring heist alone. To pull off the impossible, she'll need the help of an unlikely team, from a handsome jazz musician able to hypnotise with a melody to an aging actor who can change his face. But as conflict in the spirit world begins to leak into the human one, an insidious mystery is unfolding, one that could cost Clara her life. Like, oh my god, that sounds cool. A heist, a group of kind of like people with all these powers, talking to the dead, and like, yeah, I'm up for that. So this is definitely going to be read in the next week or so, because like I need to get to that. Okay, another one I got. This one I picked up in Sainsbury's. I got a real bargain for this. I got this for like £6. But everywhere else, look, it's like £15. So it's like, went in for cheese and bread and milk and ended up with a book. But it is how it is, you know, with as a bookworm when we go in supermarkets. But yeah, this is about witches. It's set in Norway. It says, they will have justice. They will show their power. They will not burn. The Witches of Vardo by Anya Bergman. This has been like one of those books that I look at and then I put back on the shelf, then I look at it and I thought, you know what, I must be drawn to it. The fact that I keep picking it up and thinking about it means that, you know, I'm meant to be reading it. But yeah, these three witches are stronger than even the king. I think they're all they're all different, like from different places. They all get took and kidnapped, and they all fight together against the witch. They refuse against the king. The witches kind of refuse to be victims. They will have their justice. All they need to do is show their power. So yeah, I like a witchy book, and this cover's pretty cool as well. So yeah, that is The Witches of Vardo. I was sent these three proofs. So I got sent Two Worlds Divided. Oh no, hold on, sorry. A pomegranate. No, what's it called? Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's called The Pomegranate Gate. It's because on the front it says Two Worlds Divided. Yeah, Two Worlds Divided by Pomegranate Gate. I did have my little pomegranate. Where's that gone? Oh, I don't know where it is. I was basically sent this book, and with this beautiful little pomegranate little trinket. I don't know where it's gone. I'll put it somewhere. It's probably on my bed anyway. But it's beautiful. So, yeah, really excited for this. And I was actually going to buy this one. So I don't need to, because I now have it on as a proof. But yeah, thank you so much for this. This actually comes out in July, so I've managed to get an advance copy of it from the publishers. I did have the information somewhere. Here it is. Pomegranate Gate by Ariel Kaplan. And this for me is really special because it has Jewish rep in it, which is great. I'm Jewish, by the way, if you didn't know that, you know now. But yeah, I like reading like kind of fantasy books anyway, but mixed with that kind of, you know, Jewishness, it should be even better. But yeah, I think it's this like Sephardic Jews and stuff. But yeah, so thank you for that one. And I also got sent this one, which is Morgan Is My Name by Sophie Ketch. I remember seeing this on Twitter, and, you know, the publisher's like, anyone who's interested in a proof, you know, retweet and tweet and stuff. Anyway, I did, and they wrote to me and said, yeah, we've got a spare copy. We're going to send it to you. And I was like, yes. I think this is the first one in a series. I originally thought it was a standalone, but it is a series. And I'm very fascinated about it. It sounds very good. It looks gorgeous. An enthralling new take on... Oh, it's King Arthur, kind of King Arthur-y vibes. Beautifully written. And, oh, yeah, a trilogy. The start of what will be a classic trilogy. How gorgeous is that cover, though? It's Beautiful. We are half of this living world, and no one has ever seen fit to write us down. Born in the midst of a storm, Morgan is defiant, fiercely intelligent, and yearns to shape her future on her own terms. Yeah, I love that. I love that. And another one I was sent as a proof is this one here called Charming. I think that's what the official one's going to look like. But this is the proof copy. Oh, sorry. The Morgan is My Name one comes out on, I think, the 15th of June. So look out for that in June. This one comes out in July, and it's called Charming, for all those princesses who realised they could rescue themselves. Ah, love that. Limited special edition proof. So, yeah. I know that the actual cover's nice, but I kind of really like my cover more. I don't know. And I've got a little goodie with that as well. It's like a little rose petals in a bottle, and also like a little miniature mirror. So cute. Anyhow, so that I think is that, apart from this one I found in a charity shop the other day as well. This is Punch in the Air by Ibi Zobai and Youssef Salem. This is a book wrote in verse, and I really enjoy books wrote in verse. I just, number one, they're quick reads for me, because obviously, you know, they're wrote in verse, but I just really enjoy it. I like books wrote in verse now. So yeah, I don't really know too much about this one, but I don't want to. I kind of just want to go into it and take it in. Moving, deeply profound story about how one boy is able to maintain his humanity and fight for the truth in a system designed to strip him of both. So yeah, that is that one there. Okie dokie. Right, I'm sorry if I rambled on a bit longer than I was meant to, but anyway, hope you've enjoyed watching. Let me know if all these books that you've seen and heard about, what book, you know, sounds the most exciting to you. Let me know, as I say, what books you read in March. Let me know what books you've got planned to read, you know, this month. And yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Goodreads. The link is down below. Also Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that jazz, links down below to all those. Check out my other channel, MinxLaura123 ASMR, and also I have a throne wish list if you care to spoil me or treat me. I do have some new bits and pieces added on there, so that'd be cool. And that's that. Right, happy reading. I'm gonna go and finish the Scary Doll book now, so I'll see you all in the next video. And oh, also look out very soon, if you're into my bookish videos, there will be the Illumicrate unboxing video coming really soon. That is due any day now, my monthly subscription box that I get, and I always do a video unboxing and showing you what's inside, so that will be coming out soon. All right, everyone, take care. Bye.